Warning: sensitive images.
On Saturday, February 12th, our most beloved Supreme Master Hargai graciously took time out from her meditation retreat to call some of the Supreme Master Television team members and read a moral story from the Quran. Before sharing the enlightening verses, Master addressed questions from the team concerning some current world situations.
Russia is amassing troops close to the border of Ukraine. It's carrying out military exercises with Belarus. It wants NATO to promise that Ukraine will never join, and it wants NATO to withdraw its military deployments of recent years from Eastern Europe.
The NATO member countries continue to send a large amount of modern weapons to Ukraine to contribute to the modernisation of the Ukrainian military.
More than a dozen countries have urged their citizens to leave Ukraine. And there have been further attempts to diffuse tensions in the region. In a phone call, President Joe Biden warned Russian leader Vladimir Putin of swift and severe costs if Russia sends in troops.
Meanwhile, China reportedly has sent as many as about 39 warplanes into Taiwan's air defense zone on Sunday. The island nation's government has said that this is in fact the second largest incursion on record. The island nation is a democratic and an autonomous ruled nation. However, China has said that Taiwan is a part of its territory as a part of its larger One China policy. And in recent years, Xi Jinping has also threatened to in fact invade and, if necessary, take over Taiwan by force. The last quarter of 2021 saw a massive spike in the number of incursions from China into Taiwan's air defense identification zone.
Why hasn't Master mentioned the threats of war between China and Taiwan or between Russia and Ukraine?
I haven't.
I think no, Master.
No?
No.
Wow.
Well, it's scary, Master.
Ah.
Scary.
It is scary?
Yes, Master, it is.
Kind of scary.
Wow, maybe I'm too scared to mention. Maybe I feel scared like you. Yeah? So, we are all one, so if you're scared, I'm scared now. Yeah. The reason I did not mention it is because we have so many other things also.
Yes.
Of course, it's urgent and it's pressing, yeah, and I know about it. Everybody knows about it. But I don't think that they are that bloodthirsty to cause, much more suffering to the citizens of the world.
Yes, Master.
I believe they are decent, elderly, and have enough intelligence to understand and not to do this kind of silly war game anymore in our time.
Yes.
Yeah, understand.
That's why I just didn't worry much about it. You see, people in the world suffer too much already, don't you think?
Yes,
I do.
Yes. Besides, I have mentioned, we have talked about that many times already. And we even air some ads about how terrible war is.
Yes.
Right, yes.
And how much suffering and how much it costs lives and financially
Yes.
for the war, before, during, and after.
Yes, Master.
So I don't think we need to repeat again and again as if they are idiots. Are they idiots? We hope not. Yeah. And if they are, then we can't do anything. You can't talk to idiots, no matter how long.
Yes, Master.
So I just go about my business. I'm a busy woman, no?
Yes.
Will they make war, Master?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's good to hear. Wow.
No matter what, I'm too tired of talking to deaf ears if they want to make war.
Yes,
Master.
Let's hope they don't.
And I think they will not. What for, huh?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about China now since you asked. For example, China, they gain nothing invading Taiwan. Oh, of course they gain something. A very, very bad name.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, for the whole world to call them like a bloodthirsty bully wolf, something like that. Doesn't that sound nice?
No.
Master.
No. And history also, we judge them first.
Yes.
Right, Master.
And when they finish their lifespan on earth, they will have to go to hell and endure all kind of punishment that is unimaginably painful and excruciating. They are profess that they are Christian or Buddhist, but they don't remember the laws of their religion even if they say they are separate religions. But all religions point to the same. If you do good, you go to heaven. If you bad, you go to hell. As you sow, so shall you reap, and the law of karma never fails. You see, God gives them all power and wealth to distribute, not to hoard them. And instead of using this privilege to help their citizens, they are using it to produce weapons and mass destructive killer weapons, and then use those to oppress and to harass other weaker nations. This will earn them a lot of thousands or maybe even millions of hell years and endless suffering. China has a very big history of invading other countries.
Yes.
Vietnam, for example, a long time ago, for thousands of years, off and on, often. And many other countries, Tibet and whatever. So I think it's time for them to learn the lesson of peace, and they will stop.
Yes,
Yes, Master, we hope so.
We hope so.
I hope so too. Taiwan is just a small little island, peaceful community.
That's right.
Yes.
They are not making trouble with anybody, with any of their neighbors. They are not troubling China in any way. And since they became an independent country for 100 years already, just let them be.
Yes.
Yes.
Leave Taiwan alone in peace, huh?
Yes.
Right.
That's the best for China. Of course, it's the best for Taiwan also. And if I were a Chinese leader, I would just recommend Taiwan to be an independent country and go into the UN like everyone else.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Many other countries smaller than Taiwan are already in the UN, with all dignity and independence and respect from all the world. I don't know what's wrong, why Taiwan cannot be.
Yes.
Yes.
And if Chinese leaders do that, let Taiwan be one of the members of the UN, then the whole world will praise them.
Yeah, that's right.
And the Taiwanese people will pray for them. And then be even more friendly to them and more cooperative. It's better for China that way.
Yes.
Yes,
True.
for sure. True.
Of course, I pray also for China, Taiwan, Ukraine, and Russia.
Yes.
Yes,
true.
Master.
We pray too also.
Yes, if you think about it and have a little time, anybody can pray for them. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, peace is the best victory you can have.
Yes.
Yes.
Even if you win the bloody war, every war is bloody.
Yes.
Yes.
Master.
Right.
What is there when you die? What do you get? Huh?
Nothing.
Nothing.
What do you bring to the 1 square meter that you lay in, even if you have 1 square meter? Sometimes they put somebody else on top of you or beneath you already.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you die, you die. You know nothing anymore anyway. So I think if China lets Taiwan be independent and recommends them and helps them to be a nation to join the UN, that will be the best solution.
Yes.
Yes.
Master.
And the best honor and prestige for China as a great nation, as magnanimous leadership
Yes, Master.
for any other countries to follow.
Right.
Yes, Master.
China is a very cultivated country. It has many, many thousands of years of civilization. It's better we follow all the sages and saints from the past and be a peaceful, generous, great leader in the international community.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
And Russia, I don't think they want to invade Ukraine anymore. After Crimea, I think they have had enough of ranting from the whole international community.
Yes, Master.
They don't want to invade Ukraine.
I heard clearly from the Russian government that they had no intention of invading Ukraine.
I do not think Russia will invade Ukraine. Если это зависит от Российской Федерации,
There won't be a war as far as it depends on the Russian Federation. We don't want a war, but we won't let our interests be rudely trampled on and ignored.
We have to calibrate the amount of anxiety correctly. I think the anxiety is itself Vladimir Putin's goal. My best guess is still that he's not going to invade because the enormous cost that would ensue.
Will we see this Third World War?
Well, remember Einstein? He said, I don't know what will be the methods of World War III, but the Fourth World War will be waged with sticks and stones. So the realization that the Third World War could mean the end of civilization, this realization, this idea should deter us from dangerous steps globally.
It just, I think, because they feel kind of maybe isolated and suffocated, so they want to voice their strength to let the international community reconsider how to treat them. How to treat them, and then also to show off their energy so that people will have more respect, something like that, I guess.
Yes, Master.
Otherwise, I don't think they want to invade Ukraine. For what reason? For what reason? I cannot understand for what reason they would do it.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
They don't have any.
Yeah, I cannot figure out why. And what would they gain? More taxpayers? For what? The leaders of Russia, let's face it, they're all very elderly already. They know better, no?
Yes, Master.
They bring nothing to their grave. If they even have a grave to go in. If they make war, maybe they will also die. And maybe their heads will be blown away or their intestines gone and the whole body in pieces. Who knows?
Right.
Since time immemorial, history shows that many leaders died a very gruesome death. So maybe they can't even be buried. So what's the use of invading any country anymore and causing bloodshed and suffering and cursing upon them? And then they will go to hell for it. So what's the use of invading anything? I am tired of telling them this. But they know it. That's why I don't talk about it anymore.
Yes, understand, Master.
We talked about that before many times.
Yes, Master.
And we're still airing the cost of war and the suffering and how many millions die in each war, for example, like that. Yeah, we still do it.
Yes, Master.
So that's my talk already. I told you guys to do the act anyway.
Yes, Master.
So it's my talk behind all these scenes, these horrific scenes, hellish scenes. But I didn't feel like I need to talk anymore.
Right, Master.
Right.
I thought let the children make noise if they like it that way. Your game, like computer game. Except this is not a game, it's real life.
Yes.
Right.
Real people, real suffering, real bloodshed, and real international conflict, real international chipping of friendship and cooperation.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just tired of talking to the deaf. If they don't listen already, I don't bother. If they still want to make war, then let the dead bury the dead, like Jesus said. I always say that.
Yes, Master.
Jesus is right. They don't know they're dead already. Because if they're not spiritually enlightened, they're dead. If they don't understand this, such a little basic truth about war and peace, they're dead.
Yes, Master.
If they still want to make war and killing others and innocent people and children that are not involved, bystanders, by war, then they're dead already.
Yes.
And their souls will be captured in hell long before their physical body is withered. What for would Russia want to invade Ukraine? Russia is very rich already.
Yes. Right.
So more taxpayers don't make Putin any fatter or more handsome or younger. Huh?
Right.
All right. Any more questions and doubts about what I said or about the topic?
Well, yes, because I think the world is concerned because Russia is amassing hundreds of thousands of troops. So when they say they don't want to invade, the world community doesn't really believe them.
They should believe it. Russia doesn't want to invade.
Right.
They should believe what they say.
Yeah.
It's just that they have some demands, and the international community did not answer. That's why.
Oh.
There are so many of the NATO troops there, and they're scared.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, they make excuses for Russia to also have their troops there, saying that they have to protect their own border and their own country, Russia. If the NATO troops, the international troops, are not there, they would not have any excuse to do that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so they have to talk to each other. Russia really doesn't want to invade Ukraine. It's just a game. They want to gain something.
Okay.
They want also to relax some of the international sanctions.
Right. Okay.
Similar to North Korea, they're also making a big noise because of sanctions.
Yeah.
The international community must trust each other.
Right.
Yes.
And relax restrictions between each other. After it's all said and done, they should just talk to each other, okay, and make some concessions or some, compromise or something.
Yes, Master.
Because sanctions are also a suffering for any country.
Yes, it is.
I know that from Vietnam after the war, 30 years of sanctions.
Yes.
People suffer, not the government.
Yes.
So if any international group or community wants to punish some leaders or some country government, they're not doing it well because the people suffer, not the government.
Yes.
Least of all the leaders. They will always have their luxury cars, bodyguards, a good palace and security, good food, good money in the bank, everything they have.
Right.
They will never be affected in any way.
Yes,
That's right.
The leaders of any country or the government, they all live well. So this is ridiculous anyway to sanction any country for whatever reason.
Yes.
You only punish the citizens, the innocent citizens, the helpless citizens of that country, not the leaders, not the government. They are never affected in any way.
Yes.
True, Master.
Except in the war, maybe they die if you bomb them.
Right.
Yes, Master.
But mostly they would have, the terrific bunker ready somewhere. Yeah, very difficult to get them.
Right.
So I say, well, this world is crazy.
Yeah.
If all this money for weapons and destruction and war can help the poor people, then our world would be a paradise long time ago already.
Yes.
Not helping the poor by waiting for the trouble to come and then go and give them some money like a charitable or big shot. No, help them by giving them some means or some financial support so they can take care of themselves.
Right. Yes.
Like doing business or giving them land to cultivate or whatever they want. They don't want much. Most people, they just want enough to have food on their table, clothes for their children, and education for them. That's all they want. And they could take care of themselves if they have the means to do it.
Yes,
that's
Master.
true.
That's right.
The government can give them all that money they saved from war-related weapons and army payments and training and all that can help to build the nation and help the poor to stand on their own feet, like giving them loans without interest, with a time frame to return, to motivate them to do business well, and give the poor but diligent students loans, even though their grades might not be excellent. But if they study diligently and they seem to appreciate education, and give them scholarship or free education altogether. In Vietnam, when I was younger, we were in the war and still had free education all the way up to junior high, all the way up to finishing high school, and had even scholarships for many students as well. Even during the war, and we were not a rich country at all. So I can't see why other powerful countries don't use more money to help the poor people to do their own business or educate themselves to be useful citizens in the world. They should all do this instead of making war, killing each other and killing other innocent citizens. My God, we had enough suffering already, truly. And we will have more suffering if they don't change their mentality. Using God-given power and ability and wasting precious pay money just to kill. All this will bring them all to hell. It's not like just in this lifetime that they're damaging the world and others, or maybe themselves, or their reputation as well. But in hell, they will suffer endless torture of all kinds. I'm telling the truth, and I hope they're listening before it's too late. Because in hell, nobody can help them at all. Nobody, not even God. It is good that the international community is helping people, in a war-torn region and in some disaster and all that. But if we take care of the root, then we don't have to have all this disaster or war victims or refugees and all that stuff.
Yes, Master.
The root is peace.
Yes.
The root is helping the poor to help themselves, not waiting until they suffer in war and disaster because of climate change, because of trouble, and then come and help. By that time, they have already lost their homes, lost many of their relatives and friends, lost their property, lost their dignity and even will to live already. It's too late, so it's better to reorganize this world, like helping the poor to help themselves.
Yes.
Right.
No war whatsoever, never, zero. War never solves any problem. It just makes it worse.
Right.
True, Master.
It might look good for the winner in the beginning, just temporarily, but they will go to hell and suffer 10 million times more than the war they cost for other people to suffer. They just don't know it yet. I hope they don't have to know it. By stopping any war possible, just helping their own country, poor people, to stand on their own feet and taking care of their own family and children. It's very easy to do that.
Yeah.
If you don't spend so much money on all these silly war games.
Yes.
And amassing wealth while others have nothing to eat. Killing each other just to gain profit and fame. And the world will be a paradise. It's not difficult to make this world into a paradise. Just nobody wanted to make it. First of all, just to stop killing humans and animals, people. That's it.
Right.
All this money from the suffering by pandemic, diseases, and burying people, and bloodshed, all this suffering will end. All the money, we will have a lot. We can distribute it to the poor people so they can manage themselves.
Yes, Master.
So they should just stop sinning and think. Stop and think. Go learn some meditation or something. Prepare for their funeral. It comes soon, any time. Not because they are old age, but because life is ephemeral.
Yes.
Right.
Could happen at any time.
Yes.
Yeah, many leaders die, many famous international celebrities die just like that, either from COVID or accidents or car, accidents or aeroplane accidents, whatever. Why don't they learn from this ephemeral nature of life and behave themselves? Just go and learn some enlightening method somewhere and then rethink about how they treat life and others.
Yes, Master.
Okay, I hope this is the last time we talk about these silly things like war and all that. My God, it's the 21st century already. Still want to go and bang boom and kill others. This is really so childish, so immature, so stupid. Okay?
Yes.
I hope people will wake up and remember God and give thanks every day and be grateful, be humble, and change their way of life. For example, as much as they treasure their lives, they should treasure other people's lives by not making war, but making peace. And treasure other beings' lives who also love life and not suffering and death, like the animal people, and share what they can share with the neighbors in need. Then our world will have no problem. I told you humans are their own pandemic, yeah?
Yes.
And I'm still of that opinion. I hope they change, and quick. Otherwise, all will be doomed. I don't even know when. Who knows when? Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. That's all they have to do. I hope everybody will wake up and just do that.
I hope so too.
Yes, we really hope so.
And even if you don't seek heaven, you will have heaven. And right in front of your eyes.
Right.
No need to go after death or anything even. And of course, after you die, the hereafter is also heaven.
Yeah.
Let's pray that people wake up, be enlightened somehow, and be respectful to all the teachings of the masters in the past, and maybe present and future. Amen.
Amen.
Our heartfelt gratitude, most loving Master, for your priceless wisdom for our world and all leaders in power. May Master's boundless care for all beings awaken humanity to quickly bring about Eden on earth and encourage all those in positions of privilege and authority to choose peace and righteousness, thus saving their souls for the hereafter. We earnestly pray for all nations' reconciliation and that a vegan future will arrive soon. Wishing beloved Master lasting wellness and tranquility in the mighty support of all heavenly protectors.